Hola from the West Side. It is me, DCThePurpleDiva. Welcome to Not So Random Chat. Happy Wednesday, y'all. It's hump day. It's hump day, y'all. It's hump day. Let me see who's already in the chat. Hey, Mrs. Miles. Happy Wednesday. I see you came through earlier just to show some love. I appreciate that. Hopefully you'll come through again. Well, I did not show up last night, you guys, but I was out being my creative self. Hey, Ledford. Happy Wednesday. I was out being my creative self last night, y'all. I was practicing for this play that I am going to be in April. And, just trying to get my acting chops together. Hopefully, I will do some taping at some of those. But last night, we were just kind of doing a table read. And we didn't have the full cast there, so I didn't do any recording. But I will be recording some in the future so that you guys can see some of it. I will be doing that at some time in the future at some of the rehearsals. But the play that I'm in, ironically, is going to be, about, some of the issues in the Black community, the Black American community. Dealing with our colorism, dealing with, the drug culture, dealing with having multiple baby daddies. That kind of stuff is going to be some of the things that are going to be in this play. And it's called Mama, Tell Me Why. And the mama who they're asking that question, Mama, tell me why, ironically, is me in the play and my mama in the play. And it's gonna, for those who are in Southern California, I will give fuller details because people can purchase. As soon as the tickets go on sale, I will tell you guys about it. And then one of the other things I wanted to talk about is that I'm starting to see a lot of this stuff going in about the Ghanaian thing. Left for You did some stuff, but I've seen some other channels that have been talking about it. So and I've actually had some offline conversations with some friends of mine about that. And like one of my friends who is in the music industry, now he's been over to the continent, touring. But he's never had the feeling when he's gone over there that was the place for him. You know what I'm saying? It's nice to come visit, things that he noticed, for example, he talked about when he was in Lagos in Nigeria, and he talked about what they considered upscale was not what he would consider upscale. But he did say that he's not been to Ghana. And and actually my friends actually believe that, that the one of the myths about Africa, about the Wi-Fi connections. And I'm like, I had to tell him, I said, no, they have good Wi-Fi over there. I said, did you have good Wi-Fi when you were there? I'm like, if you had good Wi-Fi when you were there, then let's assume they have good Wi-Fi, But, and then he was also talking about, the thing about when you're on the continent, we use deodorant the kind of deodorants that we use here versus the kind of deodorants that are used on the continent, and that you got to get used to that, to the smell of human sweat, because they don't necessarily wear the same types of deodorant that we use. But I do know that there's like this, I forget what it's called. This is one kind of deodorant that I know that people on the continent use. And it's like a crystal. Yeah, it's some type of crystal that helps with your sweat. It really actually works. And I have a lot of friends that use like the black soap. But people have, I would say those of us here in the US have a lot of misunderstandings about how life is on the continent, in the countries over there. And what was really surprising is that my friends didn't even know that Africa is still colonized. I'm like, well, yeah, they don't have their own money. And he's like, yeah, but we don't have our own money. I said, yeah, but the country we live in has its own money, but they live in countries where they don't have the money that's in their country is the money from another country, like France per se, so it's very interesting to me that a lot of Black Americans do not understand, how life is on the continent. They really have a very bad misunderstanding, and this has nothing to do with whether you want to go live over there or not. Hey, Matt, this has nothing to do with whether you want to live over there or not, but it's a lot of us, unfortunately, believe, the movies that Hollywood made of what Africa looks like, which is just ludicrous, absolutely ludicrous. But yet and still, we do believe some of those things. Now, but when I started talking about real estate and explaining to them, that, the banking laws and everything over there are really different when it comes to mortgages, because people generally don't get mortgages. They just come with the cash. And that obviously is an opportunity for someone who maybe has some real estate savvy to create a lending market over there with a bank in that country, it would be interesting if, like one of the things that I heard, if there were actually Black-owned banks here in the United States that were willing to lend monies to U.S. citizens that wanted to purchase, property in one of the countries in Africa, that will allow the person to have dual citizenship so that they, can have property there. That would probably be something that would be, it would be interesting. But I think, again, one of the holdbacks for things like that is that they don't have their own currencies in a lot of these countries. So I think for that to work, it would have to be a country that has their own currency and that is backed by something like, I don't know, gold or something. Just, just thinking about that kind of stuff. But I'm going to have to give shout out to DOD again for once again putting out a very good video. The one where you had Ozzie Davis talking about Negro. I thought that was a very interesting one because it's very true. Just like the N-word, Negro was a made-up word. Made up. And it's only in this country. Now, outside of this country, ironically, like in countries like Cuba or Mexico or Honduras or Chile, if you are black, you are called negra. So the word's close to a real word, you know, but that's just describing the color of your skin. You know, since we decided that, you know, black is the best way to determine skin color. Okay. But yeah, and if you think about that word, just like in DOD's video, which I encourage you guys to go and look at. Hey, Not Cooking Channel, how are you? I encourage you guys to go if you have not subscribe to my brother DOD. You need to go and subscribe. He is putting out some fire when it comes to educating and entertaining sometimes, you know, people on Black culture. But that one was a deep one because I didn't even know, you know, that really that word was meant to be in a derogatory manner when it was first used to describe us as a people in this country. You know, and ironically, you know, when it comes down to it, the only thing that we can call ourselves is Americans or Black Americans, if you want to go to that extreme. You know, just like in other countries, people of color just call themselves by what their nationality is. You know, I mean, you know, not that I have an issue with African American, because I don't, you know, but it really doesn't describe who we are. If we were born here, it doesn't describe us. Even if we're of African descent. That's, you know, if you think about it, people who are of African descent in other countries don't do that. If they're in Canada, they just say they're Canadian. It's they are. Same thing in Chile or Colombia, you know, or Nicaragua or Honduras. All of those countries. They just say that they're Honduran, they're Chilean, you know, Panamanian. Hey, Daryl. Welcome to the chat. Thanks for coming through, bro. Thanks for coming through. That's another one of my friends. Dude, Daryl, you be having fire. You have fire. And you have huge chats. I'm like, you have so many people. Shouts out to you, dude. Thanks for coming through. I know it's later for you. Yeah. That's another brother, Daryl. Another brother there who has some very stimulating chat. Got a lot going on his channel as well. But yeah, you know, I think that's one of the reasons why the rest of the diaspora look at us the way that they look at us, because, you know, we really don't know what to call ourselves. So I'm wondering, in the 2020 census, what are we going to call ourselves on there? Yeah. What are we? What are we this year? What are we this year? You know? And then the sad thing is that those of us who may be Black and Hispanic, why do we have to, you know, put that in there and have to put ourselves in two separate categories when my Hispanic is still Black. It is. It's probably Blacker than the other parts of me. You know? But yeah, what are we gonna call ourselves this year? You know, because you know the 2020 census is coming about. You know, they're gonna be chasing everybody down. And ironically, I'm one of those people that I always get the house visit. I don't know how that happens, guys. I don't know how that happens because it has happened even when I lived on the East Coast. My parents got the house visits when we were growing up, you know, and then when I've come here to California, the last I would say the last 3 census, I've gotten somebody come to my house. So I'm wondering if someone's going to come to my house this time. Should be interesting.
Tell them you're not Black, you OJ.
Now I'm gonna tell them who I am, you know. But you know, the last time the census happened, my mom was alive and my mom was with me. Yeah, I'm telling you, DOD, you will find his channel to be very, very good. And Daryl, I say same thing. Check out DOD. You guys will enjoy each other's commentary. I already sent someone else over to you too, Daryl. I sent one of your frat brothers. His name is Darren. But yeah, we got that 2020 census coming up, and we all got to get those freaking real IDs if we don't have it already. And remember, everybody, what I said before is if you do not already have a passport, make that one of the things you're going to get this year too. You know? Make that one of the things you're going to get this year too. Just get a passport. Put that $200 aside. Get that passport. Okay? Yeah, the price is going up. Hey, Miss Pamela. Well, it's 180. So, same difference. Well, it used to be, I think it used to be 165. And then before that, it was 125. It's been going up.
It used to be $50.
It's been going up. Yeah, it was $50 when we were kids. It was $50 when I was a kid. And even my son's first passport under 18, that was like $80. Yeah. I mean, but you know what? I still say get one. You can save the money up over a couple of months. You know? So it doesn't hurt that much. And don't smoke crack. He's so silly. I'm sorry, y'all. I was like, David, guess who's in the chat? Miss Pamela. Come say hi to Miss Pamela. Come say hi. Say hi, Miss Pamela.
Hi, Miss Pamela.
Okay, she can hear you. See, all you have to do is come close to the mic. That was for you, Miss Pamela. That was for you. I think you guys' food is ready, but I made tacos tonight, guys. Yep, made tacos for the crew. Oh, all I had to do is tell you, huh? Yeah, everything's over there, and in the open up the microwave and unless I took them out. I think I already took them out. You see them on the plate?
Yeah.
Yep. And okay. David, Pamela says she loves you. She said, I love you, David.
I love you, David.
I love you, Miss.
I love you, Pamela.
There you go. See that deep baritone voice? Yeah. I made turkey tacos. So I'm trying to be a little bit healthier. Surprise, guys. It's turkey tacos. Ground turkey.
Homosexuals over for dinner?
Turkey tacos. Stop it, guys. I'm trying to keep the guys a little bit healthier. And as we go towards this gluten-free diet, so I got to bring the whole house into check. But and so now, you guys, I think that I'm going to be relocating sometime this year. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to be leaving California, but I will probably be looking to get into a house from here, because I think my landlord is going to sell the place soon. Yeah. I think that's what they're trying to. I think they're trying to get it so that they can sell it like around the time that the Rams start playing and the Chargers start playing. Oh, because did I tell you guys that I can literally look out my front door and see the lights from the stadium? Yeah, that part. So, turkey tacos. Yep, they're going to be good. They're good. Guys, I'm still talking, but I'm actually making my son, because he's not going to make his own.
Oh.
No, I got him.
Okay.
I got him. Yeah, so guys, I'm going to be looking, and then now see, the thing for me when looking for places, guys, is that I also always have to keep in mind the services that my son has. So that means that if I decide to move to certain areas, I may have to move to another, what they call them regional centers, which is the things that he gets all his services for, and some of his funding and his supports and stuff. And unfortunately, some of the other regional centers are not as good as the ones that he's under. So I have to take that in consideration when I'm looking for a place. However, y'all know it's expensive to live in Southern California. Hey, Empress, how are you? I'm just checking. Hey, Miss Pamela, how's your appetite? Is your appetite coming back? I'm just looking up the chat to see, make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay. Yeah. Well, I know that the area that I'm in, and the thing is that this is a very diverse area. There's not, in that it is very black and brown. Let me just say, extremely black and brown. And there's really not that many people who are, not. And the thing is that, let's be real, most of the players live out in the San Fernando Valley. None of them are going to be living in this area, no matter how white they try to make it. Let's be clear about that part. But the thing is that people are looking at this area as a place to have investments, and they'll come in and do is if they buy the properties, then they'll raise the rents to some crazy amount so that the people that live in the properties can't afford them. Now, the good thing is that most of these areas, especially the area that's around that, does now have rent control. You know, but that's only, you know, depending on when the property was built, because, you know, if it was, I think if it's built after a certain date, then they don't fall under rent control in certain parts of Southern California. You know, it's just crazy when they with some of that stuff. You know, that's what my auntie is telling me, in Perez. You know, I've come to Texas and visited a lot, but it's so flat there. I mean, it is just flat. Because I drove from Dallas to Houston. And I saw the tumbleweed blowing across the highway. And it was just flat. But they do have some nice areas in Texas. And I know that, you know, they have some reasonable. But my thing is, you know, but I have to look at I always have to look at what kind of services do they have for adults on the autism spectrum. You know, that's the thing. I always have to look at that if I'm looking to move to a different state. Now, I know Florida has good, you know, stuff. I know that, you know, I know in certain parts of Texas, they do have some good things, because I believe that's one of the states where they have one of those communities. I know in Arizona, it's, you know, they've got some areas. I know there's some areas in Nevada as well. But, you know, I won't move to none of those places. I'm not trying to move to Arizona. Not really. I'm not really thinking about Nevada, even though Nevada is tempting, you know, because a lot of people from California are moving there. But I'm an East Coast girl who was moved to the West Coast, and I kind of like being on a coast, you know? So probably, and I like being near the water. So, yeah. So for the time being, I'll just be in California. You know, for the moment. The jungle is about 15 minutes from Inglewood, straight down. Yep. And let me just tell y'all something, because I've been looking at the cost of places. The jungle is this part of Los Angeles that used to have a very big drug element and such in it, you know, and it's generally, you know, bang, bang, bang up in there. But now they have the audacity to be charging like $3,000, you know, crazy amounts of money for one bedrooms over there. Let me just say that. Because the average price of a one bedroom, let's just talk about a one bedroom. And we're talking about an apartment or a condo. You know, let's not even get to a house. But the average price of a one bedroom is around $1,500. That's for one bedroom. And that's in the Los Angeles area in general. And that's, you know, if you want to be in a nice neighborhood. And they even try to charge that in the not so nice neighborhoods too. Yeah, but it's not that far. I mean, back in the day, I think I lived in the jungle for about 2 months when I was dating this guy. So I was always at his house. So I basically lived there. But I didn't live there, you know. And that was when it was really, really rough up there. Now, it's not so rough, but you know, it's still kind of on the wild side, you know. It's still the hood, so to speak, you know. So yeah. So I mean, yeah, they're crazy with the cost of one bedroom. Now, I mean, when you go up in bedroom account, you know, obviously you can the prices, but you know, usually if you want a decent, you know, like 3 bedroom with 2 bathrooms, you're gonna be paying at least $2,200, $2,300 at least. So yeah, and a lot of them are over $3,000 because that's how they roll it around here. Overpriced market. Oh, I know. Texas, yeah. And Texas don't have state tax. So you have let's see, the states that don't have state tax. That's Nevada, Florida, Texas, I think PA. I think Pennsylvania. So yeah, you've got all of those. Not moving to Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania is very close to where I grew up, but not moving to Pennsylvania. Yeah, not doing it. Florida, you know, it's nice, but you know, I don't maybe, but right now that's not necessarily on the radar. I like Southern Georgia, like Savannah area. I like that area. I like North Carolina because my dad's there. You know, and that's probably as close as I would get to going home because home is DC. I would like to own property back home, but I don't know if I want to live there because it's not the same as when I grew up. Because when I grew up there, it was a very Black city. It was the chocolate city. I was there when it was the chocolate city with its vanilla suburbs. Now it's the mocha city with its mocha suburbs. You know? But I I've heard that Corpus Christi, the weather in Corpus Christi is very similar to Southern California. That's what a friend of mine who was from there told me. Never been there. I've been to Houston, I've been to Austin, I've been to Dallas. I've never been to Galveston. You know, Dallas is nice, you know, but it's so far north, nowhere near water. Austin is nice too. Gets cold there too. Heck, it snows in both those places. So let me recalculate that. But I don't know. And I mean, my family's from Louisiana, you know, and New Orleans just is not the same. I mean, it would be nice to own property back there again, just so we have property in our family back there. But yeah, I'm not trying to be in that hot and humid place. No. Yeah, not trying to be in New Orleans. I like to go visit though. You know, not look, you know. And I mean, you've got some interior states that are beautiful. So I guess I shouldn't be so stuck on being on a coast, but that's all I know. That's all I know. Hey, Darren. What's up? What's up? What's up? So, you know, guys, like 2 days ago, even though I didn't mention this, 2 days ago was my my sorority had a Founders Day. And for those who don't know, I am a member of Delta Sigma Theta. Ooh. So that's my Greek for you guys. Yeah, 2 days ago. Yeah, we're 100 and I think, yeah. I haven't even been, guys, I have been so bad. I haven't really been on social media. Not a lot. Ha, there you go, Darren. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. You know, and I still have family in Algiers across the river. Algiers is nice too. You know, but like I said, I want to like have a house on the water, you know, work from home for the rest of my life. That, you know, even until I retire and have and get myself to multiple streams of income. So those are the things that I'm trying to work on. Those are the things I'm trying to work on. But I always have to plan in there, you know, every place that I think about living, I have to think about what kind of services they have for autism. But then, you know, the crazy thing is that I need to start creating things for my son. So I'm going to have to, you know, start to maybe I can create something for him that will help him to generate money. You know, those are things that I think about in regards to him. But my head can go, you know, into a lot of those different things when it comes to figuring out when we're going to move. But we're going to be moving. And hopefully when I move, I will be back in a place where I can have a complete office again. And that will make it better for when I'm doing my YouTube, because then I'll be able to sit in the office, you know, and put better lighting and stuff so that I can come on camera more. But so how's everybody's week been going? Because I know I've just been running my mouth for like almost 40 minutes. Going on about different things. But, you know, I be watching you guys. I be watching the videos that folks be putting out on here and everything. And then I'll be seeing what's going on out in the world. Like y'all remember that stuff just recently with, you know, Young Jock, because he's driving Lyft, Uber, one of them things, I don't know. But he's driving one of the share and people trying to shame him about that. It's like, let me just say, y'all, we all know that love and hip hop don't pay that kind of money, okay? Everybody know he got to have jobs. And don't Jock have, what, 1 million tillion kids that he got to take care of? So, and he clapped back at him too on his Instagram and stuff. He don't care. Cool. I'm glad it's been great. Yeah, you've been putting out some fire content this week, DOD. Oh, you still waiting on a snow, Matt? Be careful what you ask for. You might get some snow. Y'all might get some snow. All right, so now I'm across the room again, guys, but it's because I'm actually fixing a couple of tacos for me. Because if I don't fix them, the house will eat them, and I will be sad because I will have snooze. And if you snooze, you lose in this house. If you snooze, you lose up in this house. For real, for real. Especially since I'm the cook. I'm grabbing me a couple. I have my phone over here with me so I can see what's going on in the chat. To get some hot sauce. Yeah, I put everything over here now. I put everything away. But did you bring the hot sauce back over there? Nope. Nope. Here it is. Never mind. I got it. All right, here I come, guys. Had to get a couple of these tacos. Had to. Why? I gotta at least taste my own cooking. Thanks. That's right, DOD. Thank you for reminding people. Please smash that like button.
These homosexual tacos were good.
These tacos taste off the chain, y'all. They are so good. Despite the haters over here hating on my turkey tacos. Trying to get people healthy. They don't want to be healthy. And they're nice and juicy, guys. I'm just looking. Oh, calling the troll. Stop it. We know all your aliases, Miss Pamela. There's no issues. And Matt just better been teasing at night anyway. Oh yeah, that's what they're saying. The haters are saying they need some beef. So next time I'll make beef tacos. Tonight they're turkey. That's a man thing. And I usually do the beef for these guys, but you know, personally, the tacos are off the chain. They're juicy. The meat's falling out. And they ate up all their tacos. So they need to not be talking about my tacos. If you were here, Miss Pamela, I'd give you one. They came out good, though. They did come out good.
I would have to call your mom a bitch. Said.
Oh, you guys. Not that I have anything, you know, but if you have not seen Leslie Jones' new Netflix comedy thing, if you have Netflix, please take a look at it. She is hilarious. And I did not realize that she was in her 50s. I didn't realize she was, you know, I thought she was younger. I really did. I did not realize she was in her 50s. I mean, I thought she was like in her 40s. But, nope. She's 52. She's 52.
Okay, I'm outside.
That's what I'm saying. You know how seasoned it. It's so seasoned. And by tomorrow, if there's any of the taco meat left, all the seasons will just be all, you know, soaked into the meat by that point. So, yeah. They know I don't care. You know? They can have their bacon tomorrow. Tonight they're eating healthy. Because David loves bacon on everything, y'all. I don't know what's going to happen because I don't know if bacon can be part of his gluten-free diet. I don't know if they have gluten-free bacon. So we're going to see how we can incorporate that still in his diet. Because he's probably going to X-nay me if he can't have any bacon. I know, Miss Pamela. I'm always cooking. I'm always cooking. I don't think that autism is genetic in my son's case. And I don't think they've been able to find anything genetically with it. What I believe is that for my son, it was caused by the vaccinations. And although they scream that the vaccinations don't cause autism, the CDC has their own secret study that shows that it causes a higher percentage of autism in Black and brown children, specifically Black and brown boys. And this is proven not only in this country, but in other countries where people of color are also getting those vaccinations, which is the reason why you have probably a high occurrence, across, certain parts of Africa that use that same bundle of vaccinations. But that's my opinion in regards to my son. But they have been trying to see if they could find genetic links, but they haven't been able to find one. But yeah, for my kid, vaccinations. Yeah, that's what I feel. And they talk about this study that was done, more openly nowadays, because it's not like we can go technically sue the federal government, because the thing is that during the time when the majority of this vaccination is only become mandatory, I would say recently, the kids have to have vaccinations for going to school, and what we didn't know when my son was vaccinated, almost 25 years ago, is that you could have asked the doctor to unbundle the vaccinations and not give them the whole MMR at one time. They could have got them as 3 separate shots. Yeah, that's what we found out. But yeah, my son has, a high IQ, but, because of the autism, they don't consider his IQ, because if he were considered high functioning, then they would consider his IQ. But because he's not considered high functioning, they don't consider his IQ in regards to his abilities. I mean, like if he was, like that piano player, like Cody Lee, that will be like different, but his skills, he has musical skills. He's really good with computers. It's like certain things that he's like really, really good with. He's really good in math, Oh, Nigerian women. Yeah, I have a few friends that are Nigerian. I like to watch the Nigerian movies from Nollywood. I like to watch those movies because it does, to me, it gives me at least a sense of, you know, how they live over there. But, you know, you can see the westernization that has really, that's all over, you know, Africa due to the neo-colonization and everything, you know, because when you're watching the Nollywood movies and everything, let me just say, I see as many the, you know, weaves and wigs and, you know, sisters lightening themselves and stuff, just, you know, that kind of stuff going on. So, but I like the movies, you know, I like to see movies that are made over on the continent. I've seen a couple of South African movies as well. Yeah, for me, that's what I believe it is for my son, the vaccinations. You know, and you know, he's a lot better than a lot of kids are. You know, he's not considered severely, you know, autistic. He's not locked in his own world. He's able to verbally communicate, but he's not able to always articulate what is going on in his head. Sometimes it's still trapped in his head, and he may think he's saying it one way, but it's not coming out the way he wants it to come out. It's like the words are in his head, but when he goes to try to say the words, they don't come out the way to come out. Yeah. But I mean, you know, like I said, I like the Nollywood movies. That's the and they even have like, I watch like some of the international series that are done in other countries and stuff by people of color, just to kind of get a perspective. You know, even if they are, you know, with subtitles, I can read. So I don't have a problem with that. You know, but exactly. Yeah. Thank goodness I can read. Yeah. I know a lot of people, I guess we take it for granted, you know, that we can't, because we can read, you know, and then there are a lot of people who can't still, you know. Got a lot of people out there like Mr. R. Kelly, functional illiterates, you know, that, you know, it is what it is with them. And, you know, with him, well, all the time that he was famous and free, he could have got a tutor and at least learned how to read. I just don't get that. You know, that he was, you know, that proud that he wouldn't get the help. I mean, it's not like we don't know. Everybody knows he can't read. It's not a secret. So stop it. You know, and it's not that he can't read, but you know what I'm saying. He can't read like a grown man. I mean, and you can tell that by looking at, you know, these alleged texts that he's, you know, and letters that he's writing from behind bars. All I'm going to say, Empress, is that the CDC did find that there is a higher percentage of autism in Black and brown boys but they don't know why because they didn't go any further to figure out why. And since then, of course they've changed the way that they do the shots now, and now more parents are aware that they can unbundle the shots and not give them all to their kid in one shot. They just have to ask the doctor to do it, and that basically means that they have to get the unbundled version. They have to get each separate shot instead of that one compound. Might be, and it should still be, if you have insurance, should still be covered under insurance. It might be a little bit more, who knows if it's more, I don't know if it's more expensive that way because, separating it out, but it should still be covered by insurance. And it's, I think it's safer. If I'd have known that I could have unbundled them, I would have. And I mean, some parents don't believe what I believe, but I'm not the only parent that knows that. And the CDC study is not an urban legend. It really did happen. They just did not do anything with it. That's why you have that person who was a whistleblower, in regards to that, who's still remaining in hiding, because that's still dangerous information for them to have put out, because it means knowingly, they've, not cared that it would cause this, and that they just wanted to make sure that everybody had these immunizations rather than thinking about giving those immunizations at a younger age altogether, what it would cause on the child. Because, when I was a child, we did not get them bundled. Matter of fact, they didn't even have, I got the mumps, so I never had any immunization for the mumps. I only got the immunization for the measles and the German measles. But mine were 2 separate shots. Since I got the mumps, I never got any immunization for that. And I also got the chicken pox. So they wouldn't give you the immunization for that if you've already had chicken pox as a child. Even though but my son did get the immunization for chicken pox. But he didn't get that immunization until after he had been, had his preliminary diagnosis of autism. So that immunization had nothing to do with it. The other ones did, because he started having night terrors, just certain things that, I know in hindsight, but I didn't know because, at the time, I'm thankful that I had a very good pediatrician for my son who was able to catch things early. So he was in early intervention. He did go through early intervention. The things that I'm unpleased about is that they didn't have as good an education system for children on the spectrum as they do today. Like if he had been born even 5 years later than when he was born and then diagnosed with autism, he would have had better schooling than what was available in the 90s. Chicken pox is what you get. Yeah, it can. I think there's a percentage of people who have chicken pox as a child, and that means you can possibly get shingles as an adult. Some people, it's like, I forget, it's like 10% or it's like 1 in 3 people who had chicken pox as a child will develop the shingles. as an adult. So I don't know what actually causes it, but I know that the thing is that chickenpox are contagious and shingles are not. So yeah, I think it's like 1 in 3. You know, I've already covered myself under the blood that I'm not gonna be in that percentage. You know, just you have to, you know, watch the kind of lifestyle that you have. You know, but a lot of us, you know, most of us who are over, you know, a lot of us may have gotten chickenpox as a child. You know, because I think they didn't even develop the vaccine. They didn't even have the vaccination for the chickenpox until the 90s. So if you were born before the 90s, then you got no vaccination. And you either got the chickenpox or you didn't get the chickenpox. I don't even remember having them. I remember having the mumps. I remember having either one. I was little, you know, I was like under the age of 3 when I had both of them. And you know, it's like you're at the babysitter, one kid gets them and they spread them around to every kid. Somebody sent their kid to, you know, daycare sick. And that's how I got them. Both. The mumps and the chickenpox when I was in daycare. Yeah. I mean, to me, the thing is that you have to wonder, you know, I know that they say, well, the reason why we want to make sure everybody has the vaccinations and everything to go to school. But you still have parents that are still fighting against that because, you know, I mean, it's not just black and brown parents that think that vaccinations have made their child more susceptible to being autistic, you know. But, you know, we thought as parents that we were doing the right thing, and they were just doing it because it was more convenient for them to bundle them. They didn't even think about whether it would affect kids negatively. It was all about keeping there from being epidemics of these things. And, you know, think about it. It's because, you know, in a lot of homes, unfortunately, you know, they have the assumption that, you know, kids are going to be in daycare or at school, and they want to make sure that, you know, they don't bring these things into the school and it become, I guess, I mean, I don't remember when there was ever, most kids get the chickenpox before their school age. Most kids get the months before their school age, you know. And measles and German measles have always been kind of on the not so many people get them because they've been making us get these daggone immunizations forever. You know, but they didn't have immunizations for chickenpox back then. They do now, but that doesn't help anybody who already has chickenpox because you can't get the vaccination. You know, your body supposedly has already built up whatever immunity it's going to build because you had it, you know. And like I said, I think it's like 1 in 3 that will develop shingles later in life.
Got it right now. Oh.
Yeah, it's probably why I'm one of those people, you guys, and I know this might be bad, but I don't get flu shots. You know why I don't get flu shots? Because let me think. When I got a flu shot, I ended up getting the flu, like bad. So no, I'm not getting a flu shot. I don't get the flu shot. I work from home, so I'm probably not going to be around anybody who has it. When my son goes to work, they're not supposed to come in there sick, you know. And hopefully he won't bring a cold home to me, because that's generally how I catch it. I catch it from him. Yeah, I don't do the flu shot. I don't. And my father, the doctor, he doesn't do them either. So I always remind him. He's like, "Did you get a flu shot?" I said, "Oh, did you get a flu shot, Dad? Did you get one? Because I know you didn't." I'm like, so don't talk to me about flu shots. Yeah, he doesn't get them. You know, and because he's not he doesn't work in a hospital. He works, you know, for an HMO, and he works in his own offices and stuff. You don't have to get him. He's not required to do that. Now, nurses, however, people who work in the hospitals, they got to get them if that's their main work. You know what I'm saying? But he is in a field where the likelihood of him going into a hospital to see one of his patients, not very likely. You know, he's a dermatologist. So that's how it goes for him. I didn't realize I pulled this out. Yeah, but I'm not getting, you know, I know they say, you know, they always say, well, this flu this season is going to be worse than the last one. And, you know, and I watched, and I've had friends, you know, I mean, who've gotten, you know, really sick from the different, you know, flus and stuff. But by the grace of God, I have not. So I'm thankful for that. I am thankful for that. You know, but I'm not getting it because, you know, they do put part of whatever the flu is into, you know, the shot when they give it to you. So I'm just saying, y'all. That's what I think is the reason why, you know, I end up getting it. So I'm good. I'm good on flu shots. I've done it twice, and each time I did it. Hi, fine as wine. Each time I did it, you know, I ended up getting it. So I'm good. I'm good. I'm just gonna, you know, make sure I'm always taking my echinacea, my golden seal, and my vitamin C, and all of my things that I need to be taking to keep from getting anything. You know, hopefully I just keep my immune system up so I don't get any viral infections. No, you know, because the flu is a virus. So if you get it, you have to drink plenty of fluids and stuff to fight it off. But they always say that it's going to be a worse flu season than the last one, you know, and then they get all the hypochondriacs in a panic, and they go out and they run out there and get all the flu shots, and then they start saying, "Oh, we're running out of flu shots." So yeah, I'm not into it. Oh my goodness, fine as wine. I have gotten food poisoning before, and I felt like I was dying. And my food poisoning was from seafood that was not properly prepared. I thought I was going to die. And I thought, I just thought, and I lost 10 pounds. Lost 10 pounds. Oh, some sausage. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I'm sorry to hear, but I'm glad you're feeling better. But yeah, food poisoning is no joke. And you just feel like you're dying because once you get to the point where your body has rejected everything and gotten it out of there, then you're just sitting there saying, you're just asking the higher power to just stop the pain. Because you literally are in so much pain, and all you can do is just lay on your back. I know. And thankfully, when mine happened, it was, my son was younger, but it was a weekend where he was gone. So I was sick for 2 days, and I had tickets to a concert. I was supposed to go to a concert. I was too sick to go to the concert. I was trying to give the tickets away because I couldn't go to the concert. I was so mad that weekend. But that was so bad. Yeah, food poisoning is no joke. I know. I'm telling you, everything comes out. It's like you just like, God. But you just have to remember, it's like, and then after that, I was too weak. I was afraid that I wasn't finished, and I was just too weak because I couldn't eat anything. You can't eat anything right away. And I mean, I literally was, after that, I was sick the weekend, and then I didn't go back to work for 2 days. Yeah. And when I came back to work, they could see I had literally dropped about 10 pounds. And those of you who have seen me know that I'm not a big girl. I'm a little girl. I'm tall, but I'm, like model athletic build. So dancer build, like how ballet dancers are and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I don't have a whole bunch of body fat. So I can't afford to lose any of the body fat that I have. Yep, I know, it's horrible. And you try to drink water, and you still can't drink water. Like it takes a minute before you can even just keep down some water. And see, that's the thing. And that's the thing. You have all of these people who, for whatever reason, vote Republican because they think that the Republican Party is for Christians. No, it's not. You crazy person. There is no party. There is no party lines. There is no moral party. neither one of the parties is moral. They're neither one moral. You know, politics is not about morality. You know, and that's the thing. You have to think about it. It's like if you're looking for the morality in politics or in a politician, you're missing it. You know, you're hoping that you find someone who's going to be sincere, you know, and have something that is in part of their agenda that's going to help you, you know, but generally, when the person in office is always of another life experience, how can they possibly have something for people other than those who have the same life experience as them? So that's why he's the way he is. You know, he grew up on ill-gotten gained money. His father was a slumlord. That's how they got all their money. That's how he got his early monies. And, you know, he touts the agenda that certain people want. He's more to the side of that other R word that I'm not going to say, because I don't want to bring in the trolls. But I'm just saying. Yeah, that's the thing, the fluids. You know, thankfully, you know, it didn't get to the point where I had to go to the ER. You know, and at the time that happened, thankfully, my dad was still here in California. So he actually came by my house and, you know, he had me drinking like lots of electrolytes and everything when I was able to start to keep something down, you know, and then I could only drink like a broth for a day or two. See if that could keep that down, you know, but it made me stay away from my favorite food for a long time. And I never, ever allowed anybody to get me any seafood from the store that seafood came from. Yep. Never, ever, ever, ever again. Yeah, money does control this country. It does. The 10% control the 90%. Because 90% of us do not have that money. 10% of us have that money. But that's the reason why that's the 90% of us need to be looking for multiple streams, ways of making money. We need to think of not just making money from jobs, but other ways to have money so that we do have, you know, some generational wealth. We have to, you know, build that, because a lot of us don't come from families that taught that. So we have to teach it. Yeah, Pedialyte's got the electrolytes in it. The electrolytes help. You know, because it helps you keep the fluids in your body, because you got to have the fluids. You know, because you will end up in the hospital from dehydration. You will end up in the hospital from dehydration. You will pass out from dehydration. You know, you will pass out from dehydration. You must have fluid. That's why I don't understand people who will not drink water. You know, like, how can you not drink water? You know, do we not realize that 90% You know, that's what we are mostly water. Our bodies, you know, inside. You know, that's how the blood flows. Because you drink water. Helps the blood flow. Also helps you to helps your skin, you know, to keep you, it just helps to keep your skin rejuvenated. Water is it. Water is your friend if it's for your hair, but for those women, us women of color. Water is our friend. It loves our hair. Our hair loves water. It is a myth that we do not need to wash our hair. You know, like that we can wait and wash our hair every other week. No, don't do that. That's what caused the problems with all these women who have issues with their hair now. Not taking proper, because even though my hair is in braids, I still wash my hair while it's in the braids. Get in the shower, my hair gets wet. We get some water in there. We got to get get to the scalp and everything. We do all of that. We oil our hair and do all of that stuff because we understand that water is our friend. Yeah, it's like water is our friend, but the thing is that you do have to be careful about the kind of water you drink, because you guys know, I was telling about that crystal geyser, just to know. I did not know they had arsenic in the water before they filtered it out of their water. So don't think I'm going to be drinking crystal geyser. Yep, not going to be doing that, And that's my son. My son likes that water, but actually his favorite water is that really expensive water, the Fiji water. He likes that water. Haven't heard anything bad about that or about the Arrowhead. It would hurt my heart if the Lake Arrowhead water was bad, because that's like local to California. Well, there's company. Oh, I hear what you're saying. No, I have an incense going though. What's it? Let me see what's that incense called? What's the flavor? Let me see it. What's the flavor? It is called Pretty Lady. Smells good. I just lit another one. No, it's Pretty Lady. It's not marijuana. You guys know I be having candles and stuff lit. I'm not against it. I'm in Cali. It's 100% legal here. and we do indulge on occasion. Mosea. Hi trolls. Here come the trolls. Here come the trolls. Here come the trolls. Here come the trolls. It's 100. And I've talked about, like we look at this. I look at the CBD for my son, but not the smoking kind because he don't smoke. But like, the other kinds of CBD for him. And that's 100% legal across the country now. Thank you. But CBD is really good for people on the spectrum. I don't know about the THC side though. You know, but he's an adult. And if he suddenly decided he wanted to you know, do that, I don't know. But yeah, he has the we have the CBD for him. It, like they have the oils, and then they have the tinctures. That is the CBD that's to help calm and everything. I know. I'm like, what is my gender? What do I look like? Don't I look like a girl? I am 100% female. Oh, did you guys hear about that one? I think there is a YouTuber who just came out as transgender. Chris, what was her name? Was it? She's not black though. I can't think what her name was. I think it's Nikki Tutorials. Yeah, that one. She had been living, and I believe she's completely like, and she was engaged to be married, and her fiance didn't know. Her fiance did not know, y'all. And yeah, she's gotten a lot of support, I guess, from her YouTube family and her subscribers and wherever else she is. But that guy has to be devastated, y'all. Because he wasn't given a choice. She should have told him a long time ago. Wrong is wrong. What's that, you know, that joke they say? You always want to see people, you always want to see the pictures of somebody when they were a baby. Baby pictures don't tell no lies. I'm telling you, Miss Pamela. A liar, pants on fire. And here's the thing. She never had to tell YouTube crap. Okay? But the man she was going to marry should have known a long time ago. I say he should have known probably before he asked her to marry him. This man was probably thinking he was going to have kids and stuff with her. That's what I'm saying. And I mean, she, I saw a picture. I mean, she looks, I can't say, and, I forget, a couple of YouTubers have shown, kind of the procedure of how it, they do the thingy to get them, a vagina or something that looks like a vagina on the outside, so, and this broadcast is not for children. So, but I've seen one of those things and it made me cringe as to what they actually go through. And, you know, I mean, I'll just say it looks like one from the outside. You know, I mean, I don't know what it's feeling like to a man going into something that's not a vagina. I don't know. So, you know what I'm saying? So maybe it felt the same and he didn't know the difference. But I heard that, you know, I guess she was being, somebody was trying to blackmail her and she wasn't going for it. So she just outed herself. I know that's right. Thank you, Empress. I'm like, sorry, I have a husky voice late at night. You know, but I was like, but you know, but I happen to be female, very much female. You know, I had a baby too, and can prove it. You know, I'm one of those women who actually has pictures from when she was in the hospital about to have the baby, you know, all those things. I can, you know, yeah. And he's almost 25 walking around here. Trolls always, they want attention though. Hey, tatted hearts. But, you know, I mean, with Nikki tutorials, I mean, you know, I mean, she has a lot of followers though. You know, and I don't see how she could have kept that information from her fiance in all good conscience. And like I said, the guy's got to be destroyed. I mean, he's got to be destroyed about it. You know, so I don't know. I mean,
Yeah. 11 o'clock is almost time.
Yeah, I couldn't, you know, not that I want to be a man, but I couldn't even fake being a man. Okay. You know, and I mean, I know, you know, once they go through the whole thing and everything, you know, they make everything, you know, the way that they think that the way that they feel who they are on the inside. I understand all of that. You know, I believe they call it body dysphoria. And I try to understand. I do. You know, and with Nikki, I'm trying to be understanding. I'm just not understanding about the fact that she didn't at least tell this dude. You know, forget us on YouTube. You know. And I mean, she put a video out there and told her whole, you know, story and whatnot. But Matt. Yeah, I still got my body still looks similar to what it looked like in my 20s. I'm proud to say that. I am proud to say that. That looks good.
Dang.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm over here looking at food porn.
I gotta be poor.
I'm looking at food porn, y'all. Now somebody just showed me. I just looked at a brisket that somebody has on Instagram. It looks so good, y'all. It looks so good. I don't know. It's like, but I'm telling you, I'm doing my research on the gluten-free stuff that I can get for my son. I'm gonna do my first shopping this weekend, so I may vlog that when I'm at the store looking for the stuff and getting the gluten-free things for him to take y'all on this journey with me, you know, and to see if it helps him. I'm hoping that it will, because a lot of people it helps that are on the spectrum. Yeah. Yeah, like you mean a transgender man gets with her and doesn't tell her that they were once a female? Wow, now that would be something.
Here we go.
You know? But I mean, but she's been on YouTube for a long time, y'all. So I mean, because we talking about somebody who has millions of subs. You know, I'm in the 1,000 club. You know, and I'm happy to be in the 1,000 club. I'm trying to get to the 2,000 club by next month, but right now I'm in the 1,000 club. Yeah, that would be crazy. If that happened to her, oh, that would be wild if something like that happened to someone who was transgender, that another transgender tricked them. That would be really wild. That would be really, really wild if something like that happened. Man. But, you know, I mean, I wasn't really, you know, I follow some of the beauty channels, but mainly I follow the Black ones because I'm a woman of color. So I didn't even follow this Nikki. I just went and checked her out when I heard this stuff from, you know, one of the bigger YouTubers. Shouts out to Jovi Beauty for who I heard the story from. That would be something wild if something like that happened, Matt. Could you imagine? You know, if someone who has transitioned to being a female got with someone who had transitioned to being a male and they didn't tell each other, that would be the insane thing. But you know, I heard of a story that there is a couple out there that did this. That one went from being a man to a female to a male. Or was it the other way around? I forget. But yeah, it's a couple out there where they both transitioned or they were both going to, you know, go to whatever the other sex was, but they were going to stay together because they wanted to be with each other, but they just wanted to be in a different body. Each one of them. But you know, it wasn't people of color. I'm just going to say that. And I swear, y'all, I saw it somewhere on YouTube. It's on YouTube somewhere. It's on YouTube somewhere, y'all. I saw that on YouTube a couple of years ago. I don't know why I remembered it just now. Probably because we're having this discussion.
Real chicken.
Oh yeah, that looks
Chicken
good.
breast.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Chicken breast.
Yeah, she is. That would be wild though. Donna is really Donald Bromwell. That would be crazy. I'm like, at least if you're going to change your name to the feminine, don't go to the feminine of the name that you had as a male. And usually if they're female, they can't go to a name that's the masculine unless there was a masculine of it. You know? I mean, but I've never had any type of body dysphoria, you know? So I never thought that I was in the wrong body. Never thought that. Now I may have wanted certain parts of my body to be bigger or, you know, curvier or whatever, that kind of stuff. But I wasn't going to do it through artificial enhancements either. Nope, wasn't doing that. I just took what God gave me. But that's just me. Yeah, Miss Jovi is funny. Let me go get that. I gotta go close the refrigerator that my son left open. That's why you guys keep hearing that beeping sound. And it's driving me crazy. So now I'll close it. So hopefully, guys, like I did this major clean of my son's room today. I had to, you know, before these people came through. So we're going to see if I can keep him from trying to mess it up again in the next 3 days. You know, tomorrow and Friday. And then this is a 3-day weekend for a lot of people. I don't know. There's supposed to be like a parade where I am, and then they're going to have like a street festival. And I might go to it because one of my friend's daughters is going to be singing at it. Tiff Goucher. If you haven't heard of Tiffany Goucher, go check her out on Pandora, Spotify, iTunes Music, Google Play. She is the cousin of the artist Sir and the one who just won the Rhythm and Flow, D Smoke. Those are her first cousins. And Tiff has worked with people like Layla Hathaway. She's off the chain. She's really good. So that's how I am too, Miss Pam. That's like that's me too. It's all natural. What you see is what you get. I mean, I know some women who, when they get older, they, you know, go and enhance, you know, do lifts of certain areas and, you know, do tucks in other areas. I don't think anything's wrong. So I don't think I need any of that. I'm not getting any complaints about it. So I think everything's good. you know? So I'll leave it at that. Ooh, he got the lotion. He got the lotion, Miss Pam. He got the lotion. Matt, you are something else. They can read. Shoot. It's all good. A lot of men like us natural girls. They like women who keep their natural enhancements. You know? And I feel that I'm perfect the way that I am. So why mess up perfection? But I haven't always felt that way. But, you know, I've grown to love myself and every part of me. So I'm good. I don't need to change nothing. What God made was perfect. So I'm all good. And you're all good too, Miss Pamela. That's right. It's like we don't need to be messing up perfection, girl. We already perfection. So we don't need to mix that up. But I see that we are getting close to. We're getting close to. It's getting. What time is it? Oh, it's almost 11:30 here. Yeah, I'm gonna talk. I think I should talk about some of that stuff. You know, I'm sure people aren't gonna be happy. It was a lot of. There was some things that were going on with him that people didn't know what was going on. I'll have to research on some of that, Empress. Yeah, maybe I can bring forth some stuff on that. I got some other things that I've got that I'm going to be talking on this week. I think I'm going to be I've looked up some of the stuff that Jack left me on the Fifth Amendment. I'm not ready to put it out tonight, but I may be able to put out some of that tomorrow. But more than likely, it'll probably be the Friday conversation. Celibate. Yeah. I was celibate. I've been celibate on several occasions. I think it's good to do that in certain times. But why does this thing keep coming out? I keep kicking it out. That's what it is. I keep kicking the my phone out of the plug, so it's dying. Yeah, they do. I mean, they had people telling certain people to. I mean, they twisted the real message of the Black Panthers. You know, made it seem like they were terrorists when that's not what was going on. So it's a lot of deception. It's a lot of deception. I know. But see, the thing is that we don't even We still got people who are asleep. They not woke. So we trying to wake them up. We're trying to wake them up, Empress. Just got to wake them up with knowledge. I know, Miss Pamela. Your time is coming, though, girl. Your time is coming, girl. It's coming, girl. But you guys, I'm going to get ready to get off of here. We are almost at 2 hours. And I know I should probably wait until I'm actually at 2 hours. Let's see. But I'm going to probably get off now. And I will be back on tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat station. For those of you who used to watch Batman back in the day, y'all know what I'm saying. And because if y'all haven't guessed, as I get sleepy, I get silly, and I'm starting to get sleepy and silly. I know people don't read. I still read. I'm writing books. So I'm hoping that people will read these books that I'm writing. So I'm almost finished with what I need to do on the one on raising up David. So that one's almost done. I was supposed to have it done by the end of the year, but didn't happen. So it's going to be done this month because, you know, I wanted it to be to the editor and I wasn't finished doing what I needed to do. So it's going to be going to the editor soon. But I am so glad you guys came through tonight. Thank you everyone for spending this time with me, because you know that, and I know that you could have been doing anything else but spending this time with me. I appreciate each and every one of you giving me your time, and I hope that I put a smile on you guys' face, as I always try to do. Until the next time, thank you everyone for showing up and showing out, and for the great conversation in the chat. Thank you, Empress. I will let you guys know when it comes out. It's coming out this year, hopefully by the middle of the year, if all goes the way I plan. But until tomorrow, guys, let me give y'all one peace and blessings from the West Side. Good night, everyone. Thank you so much for coming into the chat and hanging out with your girl. I appreciate it. Peace, everybody.